Hello soulmates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Treasure Pizza and this is Treasure's Craft. Today I'll be making this beautiful kimono worn by Total Naija. This was my recreation. It's something very simple and easy to make. It's beginners friendly. Do well to watch to the end if it's something you're interested in, and don't forget to drop a like, subscribe and also comment. Thank you. For this kimono jacket, I made use of 2 yards of crepe fabric and 3 yards of Ankara material. So guys, let's go straight into the cutting. This is a very simple style that will not take time. So the first thing I did was to fold my fabric into 2. I'll be cutting the back piece first before cutting the front. So because of the combination at the edge, I'm going to be taking the shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus the length of my sleeves, taking out 6 inches for the combination part. So whatever you want your sleeves length to be, go ahead to measure it and then take out at least 6 to 7 inches for the combination part. The sleeves length I wanted to use for my client was 12 inches, and because I'll be taking out 6 inches, I'm left with 6 inches. So I divided my client's shoulder into 2 and then added the 6 inches, which will be the width of this kimono jacket. So first thing I did was to measure the length of the jacket. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit under the weather, so my voice is not really at its best at this point. I went ahead to draw out the starting line. Then I proceeded to take the length of the kimono jacket. So I added extra 1.5 inch for joining allowance at the shoulder as well as the hemming allowance at the down part. Go ahead to take your desired length. So guys, at this point I proceeded to take out my width. So you can just take out the width if you know your shoulder measurement and the sleeves length after taking out 6 inches, but I had to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and from that point I went ahead to take the sleeves length, not the actual sleeves length, because the black combination is going to complete to make it the actual sleeves length. So I added extra 1/2 inch for joining at that point, and then I'm going to mark the same thing down. So this is a very simple kimono. You do not need to measure your hip measurements. It's not actually necessary, so you're just going to mark everything straight down. So guys, that's it guys. You just go ahead to cut it out. So guys, at the shoulder line I proceeded to take out my neck width. I made use of a neck width of 3.5 inches and a neck depth of 1.5 inch. This is because this is the back neck measurement. I went ahead to connect it like that, and then I came down by 1 inch at the edge of my sleeves part, just like you see me doing, and then connected it to the. Then I proceeded to cut it out. As you can see, this kimono jacket is something very easy to make. As you can see, I added 1/2 inch to the up part for my joining allowance. I went ahead to fold another piece of fabric into 2 because I'll be cutting the front side, so it doesn't have to be up to the width of the back because we are starting from around the neckline to cut the front. I extended the neckline with about just 1 inch. So guys, I went ahead to also take my allowance at the down part. I am taking out 2 inches allowance at the down part, and then I'll just go ahead to cut it out. I went ahead to pin it down first before cutting it out. So guys, this is just how you go about with making it. It is a very simple kimono jacket that even as a beginner you can make this in no time. If you're a returning subscriber to my channel, I really want to take out this time to appreciate you. Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for watching my videos. But if today is your first time of coming across my channel, today is your first time of seeing my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Or even if it's not your first time but you did not subscribe to my channel, please do well to subscribe. It really means a whole lot to me. So guys, after that, this is what I'm doing. I'm now opening the front, the center front, as you can see, because the front is open, and I went ahead to blend the neck in just like you see me doing. So this material was hard for me to know the back part and the front side, so I needed to mark the chalk so it will be easy for me to know it. That's all for the cutting of the material. I'm going ahead to join it now, the shoulder to the shoulder. I went ahead to place it the right side facing the right side. I'll go ahead to join it with the half-inch allowance I left. This is it, guys. After joining it, the next thing I'm going to do is to measure around the center front and the neckline. So I'll just go ahead to measure round. This is to determine the length of the black combination I'm going to be using for the center part. So I'll measure around the center part. I'll also go ahead to measure around the side because we are also going to be using the black combination for it. Remember, we left 6 inches allowance as well, taking the measurements for the width. And don't forget that you'll be having 2 sides, so whatever you're taking for one side, you are also taking note of the other side. Guys, I actually have a confession to make. So initially I bought 1 yard of black crepe material thinking 1 yard would be enough, but after cutting the center part of the black and one side of the side, I realized that my material was finished. So I had to buy extra 1 yard, and guess what, I was still thinking half yard would be enough, but I used more than half yard at the end of the day. That's why I'm recommending that you make use of 2 yards, except you don't want yours to be as long as the one I made. So guys, at this point I've gone ahead to cut out the black combination. I placed it on fold. This is for the center part. I made use of about 2.5 inches. So when I fold it, I'll be having 2 inches. So altogether I had 5 inches before folding it, as you can see. But for the length, I made use of the length of what I measured round. And for this other one, I made use of 13 inches because I was trying to achieve 6 inches on fold after sewing it to the fabric. And I also went ahead to cut it based on the length of what I measured, and I'll be taking out 2 for each side. First thing I proceeded to do was to join the center part to the center front, just like this. I'm going to be joining it with 1/2 inch. I'll join it round. Make sure to place the right side of the plain fabric on the right side of the material. You can go ahead to pin it down first if it will be more convenient for you. So I'll do that off the camera and show you guys what I have. Here's what I have, guys. As you can see, it's looking very neat and very beautiful. So as for this inner part, you're going to be weaving it. You're going to take it to your machine to weave it. So in order to fix this side, here's what I went ahead to do. I went ahead to fold in 1/2 inch and ironed it very well. As you can see, it's looking very neat. So I'll just put it in between. If you like, you can join it, but for me this was what I decided to do, and I think this is the best method because it will make it look neat since we are not going to be hiding the joining. So this is what I went ahead to do. Just go ahead to fold it in and iron it very well with 1/2 inch. If you like, you can use your hairstay or your interfacing to just interface. It will make it to have stability, which is the best way to go about it, except the plain fabric is thick. So guys, I went ahead to fix it in. Just put it in between the side part of your material. So I'll go ahead to pin it down first before taking it to my machine to just sew round this. Make sure to put it in with 1/2 inch and try to be accurate when pinning it down round. I also went ahead to pin it on the other side, the other piece of my plain fabric. I went ahead to also pin it on the other side, and then I'll take it to my machine to sew on it. Just sew at the edge in order to secure it, and that will be all. Here is the end result, guys. After sewing it, it's looking so beautiful and so neat. I'll advise that you use your interfacing to interface on the plain side, especially a soft interfacing. It will help you to have more stability because mine was somehow very soft. So guys, that's it. This is now the pocket. I'm going to be attaching the pocket at this point. So go ahead to sew your pockets. I made use of hemming gum to hem round the pocket so it will be very neat. For the length of my pocket, I made use of about 11.5 inches and about 10 inches for the width at the end of the day. So this is actually after using my hemming gum to interface on it. As you can see, it's looking very neat. I would advise you make use of hemming gum. It will give you a really neat finishing, trust me. So I'll go ahead to pin it down first, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine to sew it. In order to attach the pocket, I checked the length. For the length of my pocket, I made use of 1 inch before the waistline. For my client's waistline, it's actually my client's dress, it's not mine, so our waistline is 18 inches, so I made use of 17 inches. So I'll be pinning it down from 17 inches, and then I'll just go ahead to pin it round. And then as you can see, the space in between is accurate. I just made sure that it's at the center, so the space at the two sides would be evenly distributed. I just made use of my eyes to check the space. I did not really use a tape to measure it, but I made sure that it was accurate. So I'll just go ahead to pin it down, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine to sew round in order to form the pocket. I will also do the same thing for the other side of the pocket. I'll also go ahead to sew it round. Make sure to sew it from one side to the down part and to the other side. Do not sew the up part since it's a pocket and it has to be open. So guys, here is it after sewing it. This is it. Our pocket is looking so neat, and I have gone ahead to weave this part at once. So the final thing we'll be doing is to close the side. But before closing the side, we have to hem the down part. So go ahead to hem the down part of all the parts differently, and then I'm going to be closing the side from the front. So make sure you place it and take out your sleeves, how open you want the sleeves parts to be, and then close it to how long you want the slit at the down part to be, because at the down part there is a slit, a kind of slit opening. I hope you guys understood that. So I've gone ahead to do that off the camera, and then this is the final look of our kimono jacket. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched up to the end, I really appreciate you. I'll go ahead to put it on the mannequin to show you guys how it looked. Here is it guys on the mannequin. See how beautiful it's looking, and it's also very neat. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button if you've not. Thank you so much guys, and see you in my next tutorial. Bye for now.